And we're going to hear from Sarah, who I believe will show us the brand new Vanity Fair app.
I will. Actually, I'm going to let you see it. You can see all of my apps. So this is, you get to see my hand also. I once did media training, and the guy spent most of his time trying to tell me how to look taller. So if you, I'm going to try to look very tall here. Sorry, I have to change my mind. So we actually, I concur with really pretty much everything Kirk said about it's a multi-platform world that we live in. We want to be on as many platforms as the consumer is interested in from us. Sorry, I have to just adjust. This is Vanity Fair on the iPad in the horizontal mode. We actually also have a long history with Apple, and our first efforts on the iPad actually grew out of...
Okay, better cover photo.
It's not a...
Hands down.
There's a reason I chose that one. We actually started with the iPhone, and some of you may know we put GQ on the iPhone for their December issue last November. And the app that we built to go on the iPhone actually grew out of an app that we had built for our website, style.com. And what we were trying to do was show that if you understand the way the consumer is using the phone and using the interactivity and sort of using the device to consume media, that it would get us to a point that if that mythical tablet ever was launched, because it was a rumor that many months ago, that we would have some learning to fall back on and to use and to continue forward with. So we actually launched GQ on the iPad with the launch of the iPad, and some really interesting things have happened that I'll talk about in a minute. But this is Vanity Fair. It launched yesterday. The way that we have built the iPad apps for now, and it's changing as we speak, this is part of the point, is that we're in sort of at Condé Nast in this R&D period. We're trying to solve for three really interlocking things. What would make for an excellent product? What will make for the right ad model that'll be successful for the advertiser and attractive and engaging for the reader? And third, and maybe the most important one, how does the consumer want to be spoken to about these? What kind of patterns are we going to see in their behavior? And ultimately, how will we market? What's the consumer marketing opportunity? In the horizontal view, what we've done, and we were actually the first to be given the okay by ABC, and ABC has loosened up a little bit now. But what we did first was, in the horizontal view, you have the entire magazine. And you have it from the front cover to the back cover, every page exactly the way it was laid out in the magazine. And when we first decided that this is how we would use the horizontal view, and we started this way on the phone as well, part of it was that we knew that ABC really wanted to see every page, and they wanted to see every advertiser back then, and they wanted to see them in the same spots. But what we found, and this was actually surprising to us, we've been doing research since the first day we put the iPhone app out with GQ, and we've continued it with the iPad. It's quite pretty. The photography looks fantastic. What we heard back from readers was that they liked it. They can use it both as a navigation tool. You'll see along the bottom there's what we call a scrubber, and you can see little thumbnails of every page that's in the magazine. I'm going to go to the Emma Watson spread that's beautiful, which didn't go to. Okay. I'm uncoordinated. There's a fat finger syndrome. If you guys haven't heard about it yet, it's an iPad problem. But it looks beautiful. It might even look more beautiful than paper. The backlighting of the iPad and the reproduction of the screen is pretty phenomenal. So what you have in the horizontal view is a complete replica of the magazine. And what we heard back from readers was that they actually really enjoyed it, and they found it useful from a navigational standpoint because you also, and I'm going to hope this is going to work because it was buggy yesterday, when you pick a story and then you turn it vertically, you go to what we consider a sort of a reading optimized view. So you've gone to the same story, but what we've done here is we've broken up the text and the photograph, and you can scroll and read it. You can change the size of the font. You tap for navigation. Sorry. If you want the font to be bigger because you're old like me and you need help reading it, you can. And in fact, if there are visuals that go along with it, and there doesn't happen to be with this one, you can see them across the top. You can scroll this vertical version. I think it's lying flat, it's not working, sorry. You can scroll the vertical version from right to left as well and see the whole issue. But in the vertical version, in the reading optimized version, that is where we've placed the premium advertising. So all of the advertising, because we consider this part of rate base, all of the advertising is in the horizontal view. The advertisers who've decided to do more sort of deluxe or interactive advertising with us and have bought into the premium experience are viewed in the vertical. The scrubber exists in the vertical view as well. And there's also, there they are again. There's also a, sorry. I know, sorry, Kirk. He's never going to let me forget that. There's also a table of contents that I want to point something out about this. This is the table of contents in the vertical view. This is actually the same sort of metaphor and visual cue that the mail program in the iPad Mail uses. And what we're trying to do, and Apple has encouraged us to do this, but we're trying to do it also because we think it's better for the reader. We're trying to use the navigational tricks that people are learning by using all of the other kinds of things that are already loaded into the iPad to help people navigate our products. So you'll see here, it looks just, if any of you use mail on the iPad, it looks just like how your mail works, but it's actually a navigational tool and additional table of contents. And from there, you can navigate right to a story. I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll just send the next person up. We'll talk more.